Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the live. I'm your host, Alexander Brandon, and now I'm going to get into the topic of tonight, and the topic of tonight is and the name of the topic of tonight is indeed why insecure black men you, you know again, I think it's important to say this. Um, why insecure black men put down um edu- black women with education, and the thing of it, and here's the thing that I'm starting to figure out. You know, the main reason why they do that is because they want they want they want um black women to be how can I put this? They want black women uh, to you know depend on them. And when a black woman gets an education to them, that means To them, that means, oh, they don't need no man and this and that. But what I found out is it's a couple of things that I have found out. Um, this right here is Denzel and his wife, and here's the thing. Now we know that Denzel is an educated black man, and so is his wife. He works, and so does his wife. How come Denzel don't have a problem with it? You know, and in this case right here, to again into um to the men in the black manosphere, Denzel will be considered a simp to them, and it's really sad that men like Denzel, is considered a simp because he treats his wife with kindness and everything. And you know, I'm going, and he said something that really gave me, you know, some, you know, I'm trying to figure out the words to put it. Um, but yeah, like at the end of the day, here's the thing, because the black manosphere is not going to tell you this, and it's because they do not want to tell you this. They do not want black women to get an education, and because again, they want black women to be dumb and to be dependable on them. And I've noticed that also could be the reason why the the kid why the reading rate within the black community is the way it is, because when you have a group of men saying black women shouldn't, you know, go to college, they should focus on finding a man, and then all of a sudden, when the child is reading under the fourth grade level and can't read above it, then all of a sudden, they want to go ahead and blame the school districts and everything else. When the problem was and is that most black men who listens to the manosphere are the ones who are devaluing education. It is what it is. And again, it's sad to point out, but it's fact. But it's a fact. When it comes to black women getting their education, most black men put black women down. You have black men who who will be proud, but then again, most of them aren't. How you doing, Indiana Mom? And as of right now, I'm gonna give you a I'm gonna let you hear an audio from a speech that he and his wife gave 6 years ago. I just found it, and man, I'm starting to respect Denzel even more now. I thought because I always respect him, but now I'm gonna let y'all listen to it.
Congratulations on all the accolades. You're no. You guys are smart. You got your own fan. That's what I'm talking about. I thought you were talking about me being a fan of you. No. You got fans. Literally. We've done this before. You've done this before. What is it about the movie that you think resonates with everyone? August Wilson wrote a masterpiece. We collected brilliant actors, obviously Viola Davis, but also Stephen Henderson and Russell and Michael T. and Jovan. And I'm just happy to be a small part in bringing August Wilson's genius to the film. Humility is endearing. A small part. That's a very big. Well, my part. Yes. My part. You with me? I'm with you. Yes, I am. What did you love about his? The honesty and the depth. Great depth. How does this work? How do you make this work? You know what you can do on the big screen. This beautiful marriage. No, I'm divorced and I'm looking for some tips. Okay, what you got? It's our faith. It's just our faith. I think it's our faith. It's nothing's magic. It's work. Yes. Don't you think? I'm listening. I'm listening. Because I don't know. I got a good woman. That's the first thing. And yeah. Just keep working at it. What is it, 30? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you can't even say. It's more than 20 and less than 40.
Wow. That is true too, Diamond. That is actually true. That is true, Diamond. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I didn't even see the third Equalizer yet, but yeah, I'm a watch that probably tomorrow. But yeah, um but he said, you know, and there was one where he said that she turned him down twice, and he had to prove himself to his wife. But yeah, um at the end of the day, you know I didn't hear Denzel put down his wife. I didn't hear that. I heard nothing but good things from him, you know. And again, I I respect Denzel more than I do, a Future or any one of them. and the thing of it is, you know, and this is why I say that at this time, I think it's time for black women to stop coddling black men at this point. You know, if you're an educated black woman, I advise you to try dating outside your race. I would advise you to do that because, again, there's only a few of us, you know, a few of us real good black men here, not the ones that the black manosphere talks about, because the ones that the black manosphere talks about, that uh, they have a, how do I say, they have a god-like complex, meaning they think that they are God and God's best thing on green earth, when in fact that's not true, and they are just promoting, again, they are promoting they're promoting b- black supremacy, and and you know, within that, the black woman is always not treated well, meaning they will be they will be, you know, scolded on everything, including their education, which is why, you know, I'm saying to the black women who gets their education, they should probably think about, you know, exploring their options in college. They really should, or if they're doing it in middle school or high school, or even if they met one, you know, when they were kids and they were friends. I think that, you know, as they grow older, you know, as you meet in high school or college, I think the safest bet probably is to date outside your race. Again, if you happen to find a black man who is educated, you know, it will not diminish your accomplishments, that then that's good. But I'm telling you, it's a far few in between. And the next one up is, let me see. Oh yeah, the next one, of course, is George Lucas and Melanie Hobbs. Now, I'm sure that everyone knows about, you know, how they met already, and they met at a business convention, and they started talking, to each other, and eventually they got married. Um, and here's another thing, like Denzel's wife, Melanie Hobson, is also an educated Black woman, and she has her own business and owns a football team. You know, and they've been together ever since. And um, and also here's here's another thing. George Lucas support, supports his will supports her, and she supports him. And here's the thing. You know, when they met at a business convention, you know, um, they, I think, they start to, you know, they started talking with each other, and they had a bond. Um, they, you, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and let the you know, I'm gonna go ahead and play this audio because because um it can explain more than I can, you know. You always let the smartest one give the speech. So I'm turning it over to my wife.
We're taking a quick break from our Bessie Red Flag series to bring you a refreshing story about love, sweet love. George Lucas is the man behind a few of the most iconic film franchises, such as Star Wars and Indiana Jones. His films changed the landscape of the entertainment industry with their special effects and huge productions. In the process, his companies amassed a fortune worth more than an estimated $6 billion. Yes, we said $6 billion. Despite his wealth, you won't see George making it rain at a local hotspot or showing off his car collection on TikTok. He's one of the most private and reclusive celebrities, especially concerning his love life. But here at RRG, we can find out anything about anyone. And we were able to uncover some information about his past relationship, as well as the love story between him and his current wife, the smart, beautiful, and successful financial businesswoman, Melody Hobson. I don't know about y'all, but whenever I dive deep into other people's business, I get hungry. And our concession stand over at rrgsnacks.com hits the spot with items like beef and bacon jerky, strawberry cheesecake popcorn, and butter toffee peanuts. As always, the love story about this power couple wouldn't be complete without a trip down memory lane. George met a woman named Marcia back in 1967 when they both served as apprentice editors on the film Journey to the Pacific. They got married in 1969. They settled in Marin County, California, and rented a house for $120 a month. George's fascination with children led him to create Star Wars, and Marcia worked as an editor on the film, which later landed her an Oscar win in 1978. As the years passed by and their films became more and more successful, they earned more money, more money, more money. According to The Guardian, George secured tight merchandising deals for Star Wars, and those deals have earned him 4 times the amount he makes as a writer and producer. He invested his money into the creation of Skywalker Ranch, a sound design, mixing, and audio post-production facility in Northern California that sits on close to 5,000 acres of land. Marcia was tasked with monitoring their new development, but she was also growing tired of George's hustle mentality and how he was all work, no play. She wanted to take trips to Europe while he wanted to build an empire. He told Rolling Stone, "It's been very hard on Marcia living with somebody who was constantly in agony, uptight and worried, off in Never Neverland." In 1981, they adopted their daughter Amanda. As he sunk deeper into the life of a workaholic, Marcia was getting her back blown out by another man. In 1983, George announced he was taking a 2-year break to focus on his family. A week later, after 14 years of marriage, Marcia filed for divorce during the production of Return of the Jedi. He had to pay her an estimated settlement of $50 million. $50 million. Sources report that George was granted full custody of their daughter, who was 2 years old at the time. He told the New York Times, "For the first time, my daughter has a priority higher than my work." He eventually moved on and started dating singer Linda Ronstadt. They even got engaged, but things didn't work out. So worried about attracting women who were only interested in his money, George stayed single for many years. He still had the desire to grow his family, so he adopted 2 more children on his own, a daughter who was born in 1988 and a son that was born in 1993. When speaking about being a single father of 3, he told The Guardian, "I love them much more than I love making movies." Meanwhile, Melody, the youngest of 6 children, was raised by a single mother in Chicago. During a chat with the Thrive Global podcast, Melody said her mom worked really hard and she instilled the same work ethic in her and her siblings. They weren't even allowed to sleep past 6 a.m., even during summer vacation. But despite her mom's drive and dedication to making a better life for them, they had difficulty making ends meet. Because of that, on several occasions, their phone got disconnected, their lights were shut off, and they got evicted. Sometimes they were forced to live in abandoned apartments. The circumstances of Melody's childhood had a profound effect on her mentality. She said, "I still work today as if I need the meal at the end of the day, and I put all of myself into my effort on a daily basis because I don't know how to work any other way." She thrived at school and attended Princeton University, where she met John W. Rogers Jr., who's the founder of Ariel Investment, one of the largest African-American owned assets management firms in the country. After graduating, she joined his company and climbed the ranks to become the firm's president and managed billions of dollars worth of assets. She now sits on several high-powered corporate boards, including JP Morgan Chase and Starbucks, where she also serves as their vice chair. Through all of her hard work, she became a millionaire and now teaches financial literacy to others. She said, "I'm trying to make the stock market a subject of dinner table conversation in the Black community." As the years passed by, she became obsessed with work and used her financial and emotional intelligence to move effortlessly among different industries. In 2005, she traveled to Aspen for a business conference, and that's where she first met George. She told Bloomberg website that they chatted about the movie business and exchanged information. 1 year later, George reached out and told her he was headed to Chicago to give a speech, and he wanted to know if she would be in town. Melody told him, "I'd love to have dinner." From there, they embarked on a long-distance romance since Melody lived in Illinois and George was based in California, but they still managed to see each other every weekend. As Melody made connections in the political world and made hefty donations to the Obama campaign, her involvement brought George out of his shell. Before Melody, he rarely left the editing room to participate in the outside world. But as her +1, he was hobnobbing at several White House events. Some of her friends, like the Reverend Al Sharpton, were puzzled by their relationship. But after going to lunch with George and Melody, Al said he realized that they were the perfect match because they shared the same drive and passion. In December 2012, 7 years after they first met, just kidding, George proposed and she said yes. Not only was he about to have a new wife, but he also sold his Lucasfilm production company to Disney for $4 billion. He told Business Insider he was looking forward to retirement, and the new chapter of his life would be committed to devoting more time and resources to philanthropy. They got married in June 2013 at Skywalker Ranch, followed by a reception in Chicago where the couple said their A-list guests were serenaded by Prince. About 2 months after their wedding, 44-year-old Melody and 69-year-old George welcomed a daughter via surrogate. She's the first biological child for both parents. Despite being extremely rich, George announced he's donating the majority of his wealth to programs that improve education. To fulfill his promise, he created the George Lucas Educational Foundation, and Melody is a board member of the charity. Together, they continue to donate their time and resources to causes that are important to them. They gave Johnson Publishing, the founder of Ebony and Jet magazines, a $12 million loan before the company went bankrupt. And in June 2022, Melody was a part of an ownership group that purchased the Denver Broncos for $4.65 billion. She made history by becoming the third Black woman to own an NFL team. And can you guess who the first two are? If you said Venus and Serena Williams, you are correct. George and Melody celebrated their 9-year wedding anniversary in 2022, and based on recent pictures taken at charity functions, they appear to be as happy as ever. Why do you think this works? I think it works because we are extraordinarily open-minded people, and we're open to what the universe brings us. As for George, he told the New York Times that Melody checks every box. He added, "I was attracted to her because she's really, really smart. If you're more beautiful than I am and smarter than I am, and you'll put up with me, that's all it takes. I'm there." We wish Melody and George a lifetime of love and happiness. If you enjoyed this video,
and you know, dang, I think that explain what I was trying to say more perfectly. And there's another photo, and the thing of, and again, the thing of it is, you know, again, you never heard George Lucas, you know, put down Melody at all. You didn't hear it. And we're going to get to the last and final one, Miss Viola Davis. Now, and yes, that is Viola, everyone. That is Viola. Viola Davis is a educated Black woman, and you know, I've been watching her movies since, dang, well, the first time I saw her was in The Help. That was the first time I saw her, and she did pretty good. And you know, over time, I start to get into the watching her in you know, different movies, because again, you know, she whenever, you know, I watch a movie with her in it, I see a smart, intelligent Black woman. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see if I can find her speech anywhere. Oh man. it's gonna be hard for me to find it. Hopefully I'm able to find it. Yeah.
And the actor goes to Viola Davis.
Now, I apologize. This is not on a word show. Again,
All right, when I tell my daughter stories at night, inevitably a few things happen. Number one, I use my imagination. I always start with life and then I build from there. And then the other thing that happens is she always says, "Mommy, can you put me in the story?" And you know, it starts from the top up. So I'd like to thank Paul Lee, Shonda Rhimes, Betsy Beers, Bill DeLee, and Peter Nowak for thinking that a sexualized, messy, mysterious woman could be a 49-year-old, dark-skinned, African-American woman who looks like me. Thank you to the Screen Actors Guild. Thank you to Estelle and Lisa Costello and Michael Adler, CAA, for having my back. And thank you to all the people who love me exactly how God made me. And that's my beautiful husband, Julius, my 4-year-old daughter at home, Genesis, and my mother, May Alice Davis. Thank you so much.
now, that right there was a powerful speech. And and I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. Let's see. It has to be in there somewhere. It's somewhere where, you know.
Let's see, you have a wedding anniversary? Yep, I had a wedding anniversary.
Oh, and this was when she was on the Jennifer Hudson show. By the way, shout out to Jennifer Hudson. Another beautiful black woman. And I'm gonna play the audio where Miss Davis explains how she met her husband.
19 years, June 23rd. I want to be like that. 19 years. 19 years. What's the trick? Like, how did y'all meet? And then what's the trick of being able to stay together 19 years, 25 years? You gotta choose the right person, first of all, because I had a few people before that, but it was not a good choice. But I prayed for my husband, Jennifer. Right. Yes, ma'am. Yep. So it's like 23 years ago, because we dated for 4 years. 23 years ago, I'm doing a play, and a friend of mine said, "Why don't you have a man?" And I said, "I don't know. I think I'm fabulous." You are fabulous. And so he said, "Well, have you prayed for a man?" I said, "No, I haven't, because if I pray to God, he's going to say, 'Viola, who are you?'" I hadn't been in church for the longest time. I said, no, I haven't prayed. He said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go in your room. We were doing a play, you know, Williamstown Theater Festival. He said, go in your room, get down on your knees. He said, you know what you want, right? And I said, yeah, I know what I want. I know what I want. He said, you really know what you want. Like frivolous stuff and really important. You know what you want. I said, let me tell you, I know what I want. And he said, so get down on your knees. You ask God for everything. I said, I'm not going to do that. Let me tell you something. I went back in my room. I thought about it for about 5 minutes, and I got down on my knees. And that prayer worked. I got down on my knees, hands together, and I said, let me tell you something, God. You haven't heard from me in a while. My name is Viola Davis. This is a direct call from Williamstown Theater Festival. And I said, this is what I want. I want a big black man. I said, no, wait. He don't really have to be black, but I really want to be the big black man. And I want him to be from the South. I want him to be country. I want him to love you. I want him to already have been married, had children, so he don't put any pressure on me to do that. And I said, I love football players, God. I said, that's on the frivolous list, though. Okay. But I love football because they're cute. They're all of that. And then I said, and he really, I would love for him to be in the arts in some way. I literally said that. That was everything on my list. And I said, and God, I said, listen, if you give me all of that, I promise I'll go to church. I'll start going on a regular basis. You've been to church, Viola? Now, I went to church after that now, Jennifer, because 3.5 weeks later, I met Julius William Tenen. Oh, my God. An ex-football player from Texas, raised his 2 children on his own, an actor, and the first thing he did was he invited me to church. I'm going to tell you what the icing on the cake was. I got baptized at that church in a Speedo. In a Speedo! Because I said, as soon as I can't get baptized, I just did this here. You can put that in water. He said, put the Speedo on your head, bro. God don't care about what's on your head. He don't care. You come as you are. The whole church laughed at me now. But I got baptized in the Speedo. In the Speedo. Look, you see that? She spoke it. She prayed about it.
Wow. I did not know that. You find out something new every day. All I have to say is that you find out something new, you know, all day, every day. That's all I can say right now. But yeah. You know, she is a dang. Now I want to pray to God. Yeah, you know, but again, you know, she is definitely a beautiful woman, and she spoke on a college campus. Let me see. Oh, here's one right here.
You can either leave something for
and people. This is from Barnard College. She was doing a speech over there, and so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna play it real quickly.
Or you can leave something in people. History is not the past. It is the present. We carry history with us. We are our history. In other words, you're a product of your environment. Now, that term is usually relegated to people from low-income, crime-infested areas, but why? We are all a product of our environment. Own every heroic deed, great idea. Own the mission statement of this school. Own all of your memories and experiences, even if they were traumatic. Own it. Own it. The world is broken because we're broken. There are too many of us who want to forget. Who said that all of who you are has to be good? All of who you are is who you are. You are graduating from a school whose mission it is to not just hand you a diploma, but a sword. You either start wielding it or you put it away as a conversation piece. Perhaps your elixir is simply this, that you can either leave something for people or you can leave something in people.
Dang, that was an inspiring speech. I would do the full one, but I know everyone has to go to bed. But yeah, when she was talking about her husband, I didn't hear that he put her down in any shape or form. I didn't hear that. This was good, inspiring. Thank uh and and he, and here's the thing. Um and she too is an educated black woman. And a very good looking black woman, if I may say so myself. But anyway, yeah, those are four different black women who, um, well, I would say three. Um, I would do four of them, but again, I know everyone has to go to bed, But yeah, at the end of the day, you know, they know I didn't hear none of their husbands put down their education. I never heard them say that their husbands belittled them. I never heard them say that. And here's the thing, and I'm gonna say this. You know, in my opinion, I think an educated black woman should indeed date outside of her race. Again, but again, a if you find a black man who appreciates what you do a and won't put down your accomplishments, good for you too. But for those who wants to go ahead and explore outside of the race, I think the best time will be to uh you know and this is me saying it. I think when you go to college, eh, you know if you happen to meet someone when you're in college and you all are, working to get get your degrees and everything, and you two wind up getting married, then that's fine too. And here's the thing, you know, black women, again, not every single black man is going to appreciate, your accomplishments and your hard work and everything. There is a few of us who will, but again, most of the black men will be on here putting down a black woman's education. And what I showed you tonight is the 3 black women. You know, 2 of them are with black men and 1 is with a white man. What I showed you all here tonight is 3 couples who never belittled each other, you know. And the thing of it is, you know, all 3 of them will be considered simps because they're not, they're not they're not, treating them the way that the black manosphere wants them to treat their wives. And again, I legitimately respect Denzel even more now. Again, uh, and I also respect, you know, I respect men of character. The men that they talk about in the black manosphere, they do not have good character. Do not let them fool you. They do not have good character. They disguise it. They disguise themselves as having good character, and then when they got you cornered, they do a 180 on. And that's when they will put down your accomplishments, your degrees, and everything. That's why I say black women would be much better off if they dated outside of their race, but make sure to still vet them though. But yeah, and once again, if you find a black man who won't belittle you or anything, that's good too. But yeah, and without that having been said, um, Creative says, I'm gonna ask the universe for her husband, sick of entertaining garbage people. Yeah, I'm, and I do not judge you. I do not judge you at all, Creative. But yeah, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, And hear me when I say this. Most black men are insecure. And they think if they are, above women, then that it will put them in a better position when it doesn't, because still yet black men don't own pretty much anything. If we did, then we wouldn't be asking other people for a job. But you can't, it's like you can't even say that to them. And that's why they put down black women with education. Because the moment that a black woman gets an education will be the moment that the doors open up for black women. And will be the moment that you will be able to leave the black community as well. But yeah, and also at the end of the day, again, um, and also again, um, even Ben Shapiro says, and he looked up the stats and said college educated people stay married long. And that is legitimately true. And the thing of it is, again, to the black women who will be listening to this, to the educated black women, I say, it's time to open up your options to other races of men, but make sure to vet them though. And again, if you find a black man who doesn't belittle your accomplishments and everything, then that's fine too. But that will be far and few in between. And as always, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. Please um, like and comment and share this video to any black woman who is ready to listen. Um, and also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and make sure you're notified whenever I go live. I'm your host, Alexander Brandon, wishing you all a good night. And until next time, peace out, everyone. There we go.